Hi guys, and welcome to your reading. I hope you are doing well. Your collective energy update. How is it going? How are you doing? If you feel comfortable, please feel free to leave a comment, interact, and check in. Time, space, life feels interesting for a while now, but especially lately. I have already begun the reading here. We've already performed our intention and established that with the angel spirit guides here today. So I'm going to drop you right in here and give you up to date. So we have Archangel Gabriel coming out as a highlight here. He's reminding you that you have a very important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. He says, I will help you. This is a really important repeated message that continues to come out. Archangels are very strong collective presence that can come forwards to assist us. So please heed this advice. Reach out if you feel comfortable to do so, because this truly, this message just keeps coming forwards. For those of you who are creative, who are in communications, who are teachers, who are artists, who are speakers, who are just whatever it is, influencers, or you aren't those things, but you have that desire or that knack for doing those things, please don't be shy. Please understand that coming forwards and doing this thing and coming out with it is so important for not just you or the world, but both. It's combined. There's such an encouragement to you following your joy, your bliss in a sense. And actually, just to get this full up here, in this book, this says, I, Archangel Gabriel, am with you as one of your guardian angels. You may wonder why an archangel is with you. I help many people simultaneously, and you are among them. I help those whose life purpose is in the arts or communication. I will help you polish and trust in your natural talents. Then I will open doors for you to express those talents in a way that will help others. What I need from you in return is honesty and cooperation. Tell me about your fears, your hopes, your confusion, your insecurities, and your dreams. Ask me to help you. And then please walk through the doors of opportunity that I open for you. I am on your side completely. My function is to be your coach, and as such, I may prod you along. Please know that I'm only pushing you because I know that you need a little boost from above. So especially if you're feeling pushed towards any of these things in some way, even if it's just hearing this message over and over again, heed that. Please heed that. Whatever steps you need to take to get yourself further along, there's no expectation on you, but don't ignore this message if it's something that's calling to you, if it's something that keeps crossing your path, and if it's something that you really love and enjoy to do, just please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. They're not real, they're an illusion in a sense. So okay, we also have out the angel Daniel. He says, I am the angel of marriage and I am assisting you right now. This doesn't just have to be literal marriage, while it very well may be. This can also be deeper levels of commitment with somebody or something, with a corporation or a work entity. This could be contractual. This can be any kind of form of commitment. This can also have a little bit to do with karmic relationships and soul ties, which we also have out here. Karmic relationships. I think a lot of people have been experiencing these lately, or relationships that trigger soul memory and trauma memory, which is kind of the definition of a karmic relationship. They pull these things out of us so that we can kind of see it, deal with it, heal it. These types of relationships, especially this being at a distance or seeing your own self in somebody from a different perspective in a way. So this also talks about Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflicts. For those of you who have been experiencing a lot of conflict as well in relationships. Again, I get these relationships that are still separated or at a distance or were. But Daniel is here right now assisting you with this relationship for some of you. So for some of you it is marriage or contractual, but for some of you it's also him coming out and assisting you with this at this time and trying to help you navigate this, because I think lately it might feel a little bit like a maze for some of us. And then we also have out Isaiah. Isaiah says it's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I am watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these changes. So you're safe, you're looked after, you're guided and protected. And I feel like Isaiah and Archangel Gabriel are kind of giving you a similar message, you know, even if it's not totally a new idea, like to do music or something. It is like a new way or a new beginning of, I'm going to actually come out with this now. I'm going to start posting it, or I'm just going to start doing it each day, or whatever it is, right? So definitely some encouragement coming out here. A lot of healthy, helpful assistance coming out for you too, especially those of you who are dealing with like a karmic relationship, even if it's not romantic, if it's just any, it could be with a parent or a sister or a friend. And then also out with Archangel Gabriel, we have forge, don't follow. So create your own path, you know, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. You know, there's no reason you can't be a leader. You can. You are, actually. You are every single day. The ego and the self-limiting beliefs can create a shrouded concept of self and fear and insecurity. But I think that it's time to move past that and just be. Feel the freedom of the sand in your toes, you know, take off your shoes and your socks and put your sand in, or your feet in the sand, you know. It's that feeling. Just be authentically you, because damn, it feels good. Okay. Oh, any messages, please, romance angels, to assist them in relationships? Thank you. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Yes. Okay, yes. So there's a little bit of a green light there for you. Somebody's dealing with somebody new, or they're not sure, they're at a distance, or there's been conflict, or just doubt, question, uncertainty, hesitancy, anything like this. Feelings are real. This is worth exploring. There's a bit of a green light coming out there for you with that, okay? Angels. Do you have any other messages for the collective watching this video today? Please, angels, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for guiding and leading this reading. Your presence is very much appreciated, and it is very helpful. Thank you so much. Angels, any messages for the collective watching this video, please? Thank you. Interesting that they gave these upside down. Why? It's like they don't want to give too much reassurance because they still want you to take action. Feels like this. It's like they can only reassure you so many times before before there's this understanding that action is also very essential and very important. Okay, I think because this is talking about you receiving energy work for some of you. Yeah, a lot of you are energy workers here and healers, but for a lot of you as well, today the message is in receiving. So whatever this might be for you, it doesn't have to be a person. Maybe there's nobody around you like that you trust with this, but receiving some kind of energy work, frequency, sound, meditation, healing, shamanic journey, guided meditation, Reiki healer, a healing kind of reader, anything like this, receiving some kind of energy work right now will be very beneficial for you. It'll help you feel more confident, more in touch with yourself, and just more understanding and compassionate towards yourself and your journey, kind of like a checkup, you know? So it feels like it's important for you to be receiving this right now. Yes, you are, for some of you, you're definitely a healer and you have these gifts. And this is also talking about how your hands and heart are activated to give healing energy to your loved ones and clients. But it feels like right now you need to replenish your well and you need to receive some. When you receive as well, being a healer, you learn better how to do your own healing, or you can understand and connect better how to connect to others, right? So it's important all the way around. There's nothing to worry about. You are safe and the situation is under the perfect control of divine providence and universal order. Only infuse loving thoughts and emotions into the situation to ensure that the highest possible outcome flows effortlessly to and through you. This kind of came out in the reverse, which to me, I guess, is just saying, like, still do these steps. That's what I feel in this for some reason. It's like sometimes we get reassured and then we just go on and continue on with the habits and don't shift anything. And it's like, yeah, there is nothing to worry about. Yeah, you are safe, but still please take these steps within this space. You know, don't just, it's all good. I'm just going to keep continuing to do the same old, same old. So that's what that feels like, why that was out that way. A reminder for fresh air. Your body needs fresh air. You guys can get outside, hike near the water, open the windows, just be in the sun for a second. Even if it's snowy and freezing cold outside, fresh air is so freaking good for you and you know it. It feels so good to breathe in that fresh air, to breathe that in and get that circulating through your body. And then last but not least, we have opportunity to forgive and release negative patterns. So some situation that you might be dealing with right now, maybe it's that karmic relationship, is giving you this opportunity to release a lot of trauma. And karma really is just the storage bin of trauma in our soul, in our past, in our memory, in our DNA, everything, right? So that really is what karma is. So this is an opportunity in a sense to release some of that heaviness, some of that karma, and to move forwards lighter than before, right? Okay, beautiful messages from the angels. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and clean this up, actually. All right, what is the animal spirit with the collective watching this video this time, please? Thank you. The panther. Nice. I feel like there's another one maybe wants to come out. Maybe not. Okay. All right, so the panther is with you guys now. A little bit ruthless here. Damn. Let's check that out. What does the panther have to say? I feel like there's some jealousy or some envy rolling with this energy here. This is fire energy. We are in Sagittarius season. Okay. So the panther is actually annihilation of the unnecessary and purging. Nice. The panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc with the ultimate intention of bringing us toward more fulfilling lives. It's an unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating, so a little bit towery there. But after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences, and they've made us better people. Trust that the panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. I love that. So when in balance, it's brave and productive. When out of balance, it's self-destructive. To bring into balance, we get rid of the unnecessary. So this is purging energy. Panther spirit is here helping you purge and get rid of. And this could also be purging or getting rid of some like toxic behaviors inside yourself. If it is like jealousy or envy that really are stemming from an ego that is out of balance or an egoic nature that is just been causing destruction in your life. It could be the purging of that as well. I like here that, a lot of the purging happens in the shadow, in the rain, the water. So even though it's fire, it's like the rain is falling and the water is falling down. Very strong energy there. Very strong energy. Okay. Thank you. What is the collective energy watching this video, please? Show me the collective energy watching this video, please. Thank you. Tired of being isolated, tired of being pent up and restricted, a little bit of feeling like we want to come out of this energy, which is making us maybe feel a little off balance, especially because we're coming into winter. What is the current path of the collective watching this video, please? Thank you. Interesting. Clarify this path, please. Clarify this path, please. Feels like a reevaluation of goals here. Yeah, this is some kind of a reevaluation of goals. There's a stagnation to the path right now, but it needs to be here. This is a period of reflection that we're in resistance to. A lot of resistance. Time is frozen right now. Something is happening in the collective, in the energies, the channels, where things are on freeze right now. And I think that not everybody's so down with that energy. Not everybody's super into it. Things are very literal at the moment, in a sense, like very stopped. Like everything's stopped and it's out of our control. And more than just like COVID or what's been happening, like on a very energetic level, things are on a certain pause at this time. What is the obstacle in the way of this path for the collective, please? What is the obstacle in the way of this path for the collective, please? Thank you. Clarify, please. Thank you. This is all about new mindsets, new paradigms, shifting and mastering our logic, our logical mind, our thoughts, our mental, what we're thinking about, what are we thinking about, and making what we're thinking about constructive. So some of us are really, even the word corona is talking about the crown of the head. It's mental. It's a lot of thought energy. So a lot of us are really battling with our thoughts, or have been. So this is coming out as an obstacle because our goal of mastering, controlling in a sense, or having an understanding of being able to observe thoughts and not identify with them, to watch the thoughts pass by but not identify with them or have them construct our reality, has been a challenge. Letting these old patterns of thinking, mindsets, these things die is a challenge. Scorpio energy as well here. So scorpionic energy, Pluto, anything that deals with, there's like a reevaluation of goals, like just there's a hardness or a overworked energy, something that is in this set of obstacles a bit here. So definitely dealing with a lot of in the head and not being able to take action. Sometimes feeling frozen because of all these thoughts, right? But just a lot of, and notice all the rain here, just like in the Panther. So a lot of this is really purging, detoxifying, cleansing, changing, rebirthing. It is a lot of this purging energy, and as death will do, death will purge and cleanse and detoxify in a sense, right? So I really see, like, again, this comes out in the place of challenges and obstacles just because it's not easy. But I do see this actually occurring. I see this happening. So it might not be easy, but it is happening. Thank you so much, Spirit. Can you please clarify? Can you please clarify the path, please? Can you please clarify the path for the collective watching this video? Thank you. Yeah, see, the path and the challenge are one and the same. I love that this just came out because this is the same as the Father of the Swords, and then it's also got the Crow there, which is the same as the Death in the other deck. Like, do you see how these mirror each other? So we have these two cards as the obstacle, and then this is the path. It involves both elements of these, right? So the path itself is working through these challenges, these obstacles to achieve this. Again, very Scorpio here. Something about this path is really intertwined in a scorpionic energy. A little bit of Pisces in this card as well for me here right now. But both deal with death, the ending, the end. So this could be why this is coming out. It's that ending. But we talk about this big transformation a lot. You know, it's an ongoing process of transformative energy for sure. It is continually happening all of the time. But here, there's a focus with this transformative energy on the mental, on the mind, on the thoughts, on what is being thought, what we're thinking about, how we identify with it, looking and reevaluating, looking at the world differently and reevaluating our view and our take on it differently. You know, that is the path in a sense. And it's a challenge right now to get on this path. Rightfully so. The Four of Swords is also coming out. Again, death here as part of the path. This to me is at this moment in time, this looks like death of the ego to me. It just does. This is like death of the ego, and some of you might literally be coping with death right now, with loss, who are watching this. But it is part of the path. It is part of the awakening in a sense. And can you please clarify the current energy of the collective watching this video? Can you please clarify the current energy of the collective watching this video? Thank you. Clarify, please. Yeah, you guys are restless. Some of you are really done being boxed in, hermited in, caged in, feeling like you can't go, travel, do, feeling hindered in this way. And that's part of why you're retaking a lot of your mental and your mindset, because we have to at some point understand that the external world doesn't actually dictate our amount of freedom or travel or any of it. So this current energy you're in, it's for a good reason, right? We've been in this situation a long time. Some of you have a lot of reason. You want to see somebody, you want to go travel, see the world, do your thing, meet people, work, move, whatever it is, and you're feeling restricted like you can't. Like you can't. You know, that energy is you're like, you're like pushing at the walls to get out of that energy. But then that's where this whole path of reevaluating and retaking the mindset is happening. During this process of certain things being out of your control, you're forced in a way to look inward or to look at things differently. You're forced to shift. You're forced to shift, which doesn't always feel the best, but it's sure going to do you a lot of good. It's going to do the collective and all of us a lot of good, because as much as we might want to tell ourselves the old way was working, I don't know if it was. And the reason why is because, well, there's a lot of reasons, but one reason why is because when you're driving in the nicest part of LA, or one of the nicest parts of it, and then you turn a corner, for example, in Los Angeles, United States, you're on Skid Row. You're driving through a super nice neighborhood anywhere, at least here in the nation, and then you get to a crossroad and there's a homeless person who is dirty, underfed, or mentally ill, or cold, or just needing there on the corner, while you're in your car and all the nice neighborhoods are around and gated and pruned and whatever. When I see that, it's not that either scenario is bad or good. Maybe some homeless people love their life. Okay, it's totally possible. And maybe the, people who live in the gated communities and whatever hate their life. That's also very possible, maybe even more possible. But the contrast, the extreme polarity, the extreme out of balance, it just seems very extreme contrast, and it feels extreme, even if it doesn't look that way. So I don't know why I brought that up, but something about, how there's a reason for what's happening in the world and why we're being forced to reevaluate things. It's not just for our own lives and our own happiness. Well, yeah, it is too, because this is where we also get into, we have more comforts and more accessibility to comfort nowadays than ever before, yet we have more people on medicine and depressed and mentally ill and, just not well than ever before too. So something isn't really, it doesn't seem to be working. There's something that isn't satisfying in work, microwave dinner, fast, easy, accessible, consume. There's something not working in that process. Now, that's not to say there's not beautiful things to be grateful for that are working, because there's tons. And it's easy to say that when we have so much, right? But it's just something to note. It's something to recognize. Because it does seem like there's a bigger or a deeper thing. And it seems like a lot of it's rooted in connection. And it's amazing how much you can appreciate something when it's taken away from you. Something as simple as connection. Anyways, just some thoughts. I don't know if they have any relevance. Just sharing thoughts there that came up with this, okay? What is the advice, please, for the collective? What is the advice right now for them to move forward? Thank you. This feels like a message that to reestablish balance on a beam that is not stable to start is difficult. So we're relaying foundations here. This isn't about self-achievement right now or grand or lofty goals. This is about the dirty work of reevaluating and reestablishing our foundations. It's allowing separation. It's recognizing what's out of balance, recognizing it, not with pessimism or with judgment, but just simply noting it and recognizing it. Even what we just talked about, I as myself as a person can put all this judgment on it and be like, oh, that's bad and that's whatever. It's not bad. It's where we're at. It's not bad or good. It's just, it is. It is what it is. And it feels like maybe we're moving towards something different now. And it feels like there could be a reason why we're moving towards something different. Because change is constant, right? Everything is always in motion. I feel this is advice to literally be in touch with the moon. For a lot of us, we need to be knowing where the moon is at in the sky at night knowing what phase the moon is in and understanding how that relates to us and our current situation, our current feelings. Like when the moon is void, for example, between signs, and it's in like a void for whatever, 6 hours, however long it might be, that's not the best time maybe for us to feel very active or push ahead in something. It's a time for us to reflect, or it's a time for us to be in meditative state or a neutral state. It's that feeling, it's that concept. It's also the concept of what's hidden within, not just from like the world, but from yourself, what you've hidden from yourself in a way. This is learning. This is allowing yourself to be a student and to take in new information. Take in new information as if you don't know. Because nobody really knows. Even the information we take in, we don't know, but then we do as well. So to play the role for a moment of student and to learn. To learn something new maybe, or in a new way. To listen to a book or read a book. I listen to books, listen to audiobooks, but whatever, however you read books or watch a video, or obtain some kind of new information, something that you're interested in. To learn. This here is to try to understand that money and the relationship to it in the collective is changing, and to shift focus a bit onto the relief and the gratitude of knowing your needs are met, which really happens from acknowledging how much you have in this moment and that your needs are met in this moment. This is a need for that acknowledgement, that gratitude, that sensation, that feeling. At least that's how I interpret that there as advice. And this is very much, to me, saying nature right now can assist you to reconnect to your third eye space. For some of you, this could even be like camping, as this looks a lot like a tent. But I feel like this actually connects you to the third eye and to the other realms, to the astral, especially because it's upside down. And I feel like this helps you to clarify action, to clarify where you're going, what you need to do, why you're going there. I feel like this is very assisting at this time to you to connect with trees, forest, even to create a bonfire safely, campfire of some sort, go camping. I get, anything like bear energy, very spiritual energy here. Could be a shamanic journey for some of you, but definitely also adding color into the palette here of what you can perceive, adding more dimensions and layers into it. So there's definitely like a connecting with nature, and thus the third eye message here to assist you at this time in clarifying your action and opening your options, and realizing that some of the options that you've told yourself aren't available to you are. Part of why maybe you've told yourself that is because of insecurities, right? So yeah, that's how I read that as advice. Are there any other messages for the collective watching this video, please? Are there any other messages for the collective watching this video, please? Any other messages for the collective watching this video, please? Thank you. Yeah, this feels like the need to still some of the action, to still some of the plunging ahead, some of the mindset that maybe some of us have built over a lot of time of like, just keep going, never give up, never stop, never, it's not about giving up, but it is about pausing. Some of us are addicted to that grind or to that pushing forwards. And if we don't have it, we start to feel real insecure and really worried, and it really triggered. This is like a little bit of that testing the self by really pausing, halting. It'll be there when I get back, maybe even in a newer, a better way. Some of us are afraid to decompress. Some of us are afraid to take that break because how are we ever going to get back on the horse? But there is some advice here for those of you who are quite brave and courageous to take a pause. Whatever that means to you, however that resonates, you have to decide for yourself, but to take a pause. A lot of the messages here are kind of just to echo your own internal thoughts, things that you've already been thinking, things you've already been feeling or knowing. It's more of these like little affirmations or confirmations that, yeah, that thought that you had actually does fit into the puzzle this way. And there is, maybe that is valid for you to follow and listen to in a sense, Thank you. What matters the most to you, Is it human connection? Is it love? Is it things that you don't even remember? Is it children that you've had in other times that are now in your life in another format or not, but your soul remembers them and wonders about them, feels for them? What is it that you value? Is it your connection to people? Is it money? Was it always to have enough money to support those that you love and give them a good life? And then along the way, somehow we lost sight of the reason and we just got hungrier and hungrier for more and more money? Is it scarcity? Is it scarcity that is haunting us? Is it feeling rejected or outcasted by spirit? By the divine? Is it our faith being tested because we didn't feel unconditionally loved? There's a need to question what matters to us right now and what we really feel. What is at the root of what we really feel? Why do we feel like we're not enough? Like we're only half, like we always have more or somewhere to go or be or something more to be. It's not bad or good, it's just a question. There's a lot of positive in purpose and motion and movement. There can also be a lot of positive in stillness, in reflection, in connection. Are we nurturing our inner child? Are we loving and compassionate to our own selves, to our own beings? Do we understand that we are just fine as we are? Do we understand that all the readings in the world and all the self-help and progress and work and yada yada doesn't actually reflect in our soul, in the essence of what we are? Because the essence of what we are is already perfect divinity. Because we can feel it. So do we consciously understand it? Because we know and we feel that it's there. But our understanding and our comprehension of it seems to be thwarted or warped at times. So really it's just a lot of deep thoughts, It's a lot of thoughts and analyzing from a very feeling level of where we're at, why we're there, what we want, what matters to us, and what is it at the root? What is it that we've repressed or suppressed, or what is it that we've been hiding from, or what is it that's driving us? Are we afraid to look too hard at it because all of our world might fall apart? Are we afraid to see? Because to see is to shatter the illusion in a sense. And to shatter the illusion means we crumble. Again, no judgment. No, this has to be or doesn't. It's just what's in the energy here. Some of you are a lot more loving parents to your children than your parents were to you. But some of the love that you give is out of the pain. It comes from the root of the pain of not. Maybe some of you are really contemplating that lately. Spirit asks you to contemplate this from your heart, not your head, the best that you can. When the head gets too messy, we gotta go into the heart. Some things can't be thought. Some things have to be felt. Usually it's both, but sometimes we think more than we feel. And there's a movement to start feeling more than we're thinking, and to trust the feel over the think, and to allow the feel to guide the think. I think some of you are tired of the grind. Maybe for some of you it's really a relief that things are changing and falling apart. I don't think the grind was always so satisfying. Towards what? Working 2 day jobs, all of your time gone for barely enough money to cover the rent or food, whatever it might be. This hard work ceasing looks more prosperous to you in a lot of ways. This corona, again, see this crown here? The corona virus, the crown. I think it's also the envelope or the aura around the sun, which is interesting. Some of you have been craving this fresh start, but do you notice how this hand is on the sword? The sharp blade of the sword gripping it? There's definitely a lot of focus on how impactful, powerful, and also damaging thoughts can be. Really, really call to action to focus on our thoughts more and being conscious of what we're thinking. You know, this exercise where you start to think destructive things, or things that are not helping you, that are negative, self-limiting beliefs or thoughts or whatever it might be, and you say, I reject that. You could say it out loud or inside, but you catch the thought in a net by saying, I reject that. And then you can reform that thought if you want, you know? Reevaluate it. But it's all about becoming more conscious of who's in our car, what the thoughts are that are thinking, you know? It's like we're the driver. We are consciousness. Sometimes we're slipping really deep into unconsciousness, though, and thoughts are just kind of taking over. It's all about that balance. And having that mastery of the thoughts is that mastery everywhere else in life. Also, mastery of the breath. A lot of like breathing exercise and meditational is really beneficial and helpful for thinking as well. I've been doing Kundalini yoga now for a little bit, and I know there's some skepticism around it, but I've personally felt guided to in my journey. And a lot of the breathing, they have you go, when you breathe in, it's sat, and when you breathe out, it's nam. And it's usually through your nose, but even this thinking in sat nam is like it's a very thought-oriented, kind of like getting the thoughts in control in a way with your breathing. It's very powerful, actually, very powerful. So yeah, guys, I think that's what I have for you today. I hope it made sense. It's definitely going through some transitions here as a person, and they're positive, you know, a lot of ego eradicating practices and like learning a lot. I've been reading or listening to on the audiobook this, which you'll see on Instagram. I keep sharing because I'm so excited about it, but it's this A New Earth by is it Eckhart Tolle? And it's so good, and in combination with everything else that's been happening energetically lately, it's really perfect. I recommend that book for sure. It's amazing, but it really does get you not just thinking but feeling a lot of, wow, that makes sense, that's profound. And of course, in the process of new information there, for me anyways, I notice I will kind of come apart before I'm rebuilt in a way. And maybe this time I just come apart and stay apart. I don't know. So all I can do is keep up with you guys in the process. Hope that the messages reach who they need to reach, and hope that they help you in some small way along your journey. You can always reach out to me for personals. I'm always offering personal readings at FrequencyOfTheHeart@gmail.com. I usually put that somewhere in the video when I edit it as well, and it's below in case you somehow forget that. And those go really well. I've gotten a lot of good reviews from those. They're pretty accurate, pretty concise, usually pretty helpful, and a good boost to your path, to your understanding and your clarity of where you're going. When you email me, I send you a whole list of everything you need to know, of all the pricing options and reading options there, and what we cover. I don't just use tarot. There's a lot of different things that we utilize during the space of reading. There's also some auric healing that we can deal with. We also can speak with guides and the other side if they so choose to present themselves in your reading. It just depends on what you're looking for and what Spirit wants to offer and give. But most of all, the intention is set there to empower you, okay? So that's what we hope to do, and continue to assist you in awakening, and myself in the process. As a messenger vessel, I get to witness a lot of really cool things and awaken more myself. So it's a really nice mutual process. Okay, you guys, much love, and talk soon. Take care.